So if you're in class with me, you've probably seen me use Geogebra to model parametric equations and things moving around. So I'm going to try to show you how to create one on your own in case you want to or you're interested. First thing we're going to do is make a slider, so that's this right here. So click on it and click anywhere. I'm going to call it T. And then you can set your minimum, which I'll make 0, and your maximum, which I'll make 10, and the increment. And we can change all that later if we want to. So apply, it shows up there. If you go over here to the selection tool, you can drag it back and forth and see it move. If you want to change it, you can double click it and type in something, or right click it and object properties and change whatever you need. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is write a parametric equation. So the way that's handled here is we call it a curve, and a bunch of things pop up, options for what you can do. You probably can't see them because they're not in the record window, but when I press enter, they all pop up. So the first thing I need is an expression for x. So let's say -3 plus 2. I'm going to use v here because t is going to be the upper bound. And let's say -2 plus 3v. Let me make this over 10 so that it takes the full slider to do what I need it to. The parameter, so since I use v there, I'm going to type a v. I'm going to have it start at 0, and I'm going to have it end at t, whatever t is. So I'll press enter. My equation shows up here, which it actually kind of simplifies for you in the event that it can. And now if I move this, you can see the curve. And it turns out that I wrote something that goes from -3, -2, all the way to -1, 1. Very exciting. So another thing that I do often is I put a point right at the end of the curve so that you can watch the point move. So to do that, what I'm going to do is, the curve you can see is called A. So I'm going to do A, and then it's a function of t, so A of t. And when I do that, the point shows up. So I see that point right there, and I can move it back and forth like that. One of the other things that I do sometimes is I change the T-min or the T-max, and then try to link the slider to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type T-max, let's say. T-max, and I'll set it equal to 14 for right now. And then if I right click on the slider and go to properties, now I can change the maximum to be T-max. Press enter, close this. Now if I grab this and slide it, it can go all the way to 14. So this is just to give you an idea of some of the things that you can do if you're kind of clever enough. And obviously we could set the minimum, set the maximum. What I do is I use these input boxes sometimes to allow you to just enter things on your own. So Tmax equals, and then linked object here, I would want it to link to Tmax. So apply, and you can see right now it's 14, but now if I change this to 6, you can see that the slider just changed and now has a maximum of 6. So that's the kind of thing that I do with these, and it should give you an idea of how to kind of get started working with them, and I hope you find that kind of helpful.